Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Tacoimposters. So the quality and the sound might be a little bit bad quality, but that's because I'm using my VHS camera with this microphone. Really cheap microphone with a cheap extender cable to go from the camera to the microphone. So you might hear like a buzz, and you might hear whatever. I don't even know what it looks like. Just give me a sec. Actually, no. What's the point? I wouldn't be able to see myself anyway. But yeah, yeah. So, Tacoimposters for January 9th, 2021. First one of 2021. First episode of 2021. First podcast of 2021. Yeah, I don't know what really to talk about again, like always, but yeah. You might see this stuff here, like that behind me, because we still have our Christmas decorations up. Because my mom was like, well, what's the point of taking them down? And I'm like, I don't want to be those people. Don't make me those people. Don't make me those people. Where is it? Okay, yeah, so I don't know, but anyway. Sec. We go. Not for anything. Trying to find it. There you go. Yeah, so. What to talk about? What are they going to talk about? No. Subscriptions. These guys. Okay. What do we got? Game Boy games on Switch Online? Is that real? That'd be cool. You know why? Because people really like... Well, okay, the people who like Switch Online really like Switch Online. Let me check the camera. Okay, so, yeah, people who like Switch Online... Wait. Let's make sure. Okay. People who like Switch Online really like Switch Online. They're like, yeah, it's really a good thing. And I'm like, but it offers you virtually nothing. And they're like, yeah, but what it does offer us is good. It works. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's good. And the games are decent. And some of the games are the games that people would never have played otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, they'd never have played some of those, like, NES games or Super Nintendo games otherwise. And I'm like, okay, great. But at this point in time, why are you not just giving us the game, like, all the way up to GameCube? Why? People have proven that it's possible, right? 100% possible to give us that. But I don't know. The hackers who apparently have gotten arrested? I don't even know the details on that one, but Game Boy games. And Game Boy games are very obscure because you've got, like, Game Boy games... Okay, Game Boy is the system, okay? I think the Game Boy Advance 2 has that problem where nobody knows anything other than Pokemon. None. Nothing other than Pokemon. Which, okay, fine. Pokemon's the biggest game, the most popular game, whatever. But there's other games on the Game Boy than Pokemon. Pokemon, maybe they know Mario Land, and that's about all that I ever hear about people talking about the Game Boy. Oh, and Tetris, obviously. But other than that, they're just like, what? Game Boy, other games, really? And yeah, it did. It had a lot of other games. Not that all of them are good, but a lot of them are decent. Like, all half-decent games. So I guess, I hope... But, I mean, it also had a lot of just random, whatever kind of games where it's like, is this a good game? Is this a good game? I don't know. You know what I mean? Not that they're all bad, but, like, there's a lot of games that you wouldn't really want to play again, or play in this day and age, you know? Not that there's someone who would want to play them, but most people wouldn't. And so, I hope they don't throw on a bunch of games, like on the NES ones where it's like, why are you giving me this, and Super Nintendo games, why are you giving me this game, and not this one? This game that's available, that is available here, Well, that is not available. That is not available, easily available on Switch. So that's where you put it, Switch Online. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really care because I don't have Switch, but it's just interesting to see, like, finally they're realizing something other than, or they're adding more games, like. And again, are they gonna like bleed us like a game a month or a game every few months, or like, because they started the Super Nintendo and Nintendo ones with, I think it was 3. Anyway, 3 a month, if I'm not mistaken, and then they dropped to like 3 every few months, and then they just dropped to, I think, once every few months, and now it's just like whenever we feel like it. Which I'm like, really? There's no schedule, no consistent schedule. It's like, no, they don't have to. That's the other thing that people don't understand. They don't have to. Nobody like, Nintendo doesn't have to do it in any kind of way, right? Right? Not that they shouldn't, but they don't have to. So, yeah, and what Game Boy games do I want to see on there? Tetris, obviously. Pokemon, obviously. But I don't know, maybe they would figure a way to sell you Pokemon. I don't know. Because Nintendo's that way with that kind of franchise. Like, certain franchises are like, well, no, we're going to do this. Anyway. What else? So, Tetris, Pokemon, the Mario Land games. Mario Land 1, 2, and 3. Wario Land 2 and 3. Or is it Wario Land 3 and 2 and 3? Yeah. What else? I don't know a lot of Game Boy games, so don't, beat me up for not knowing a lot of Pokemon, for not naming a lot of games that should be on there, but because I don't know what a lot of Game Boy games. What Game Boy games? There's other ones. There's other good ones that I. Oh, the Final Fantasy I heard were good on Game Boy. Final Fantasy Advance, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Game Boy Castlevania apparently are good. This is all I've heard they're good. I don't know. I haven't played played a lot of any of these games, so I have Final Fantasy 3 Advance or Final Fantasy Tactics. I think it's Tactics or something to that way. The one on Game Boy. I think it's 3. It might be 2 Game Boy. Anyway, I have that game, and I never played through it because that's just not my genre. But I found it in box at a. I don't even know what you call this thing. It was like, I guess a flea market-y type of thing. I don't know. It was like a house that they had converted into like a storage space where they sell a bunch of stuff. So they would just get things and then sell them. I guess it's a what's it called? Like a flea market? I don't know. See, my hands are getting cold. I'm not sure. I guess so. So I got it there complete in box. Well, not complete because I don't have the manual. And I don't even know if it had a manual, but. And I feel like I remember having the manual, but I don't know if I actually ever had the manual. Like, I personally never had the manual, but. Actually, my brother found it out there. So I was my brother's game, but. He doesn't care, he never played it. It was just a cool thing to own the thing in the box. It was like, it was like, oh. Yeah, just to have one. Oh, I have a complete in box game. It's the only one I own. And it's beat up to heck. It's so beat up. It wasn't beat up when I bought it, but it's even more beat up now because I tossed it around and whatever. And as a kid, we didn't really care, treat it like with the most respect, or like treat it great. Anyway, yeah, the Final Fantasy games are good. On Game Boy, the Donkey Kong. Everybody called it 94. Doesn't really have a name. It's just called Donkey Kong on Game Boy. Well, that's stuff. Yeah, so Donkey Kong. So yeah. So there's that, and then what other games would I want in there? I don't know. I don't know a lot of games on Game Boy, so let me look for a list of Game Boy games. See if I can see if the Wi-Fi reaches all the way out here. Because I'm only on my patio, so therefore, and I'm maybe 3 meters from my house, so I don't know if I'll actually reach, but we'll see. What other game? Oh, you have to. Okay. I don't get why they didn't do this for Super Nintendo. They didn't put things like Earthbound on Super Nintendo online, on the online for Super Nintendo. Why? I have no idea. So you got to put things like Shantae and Kid Dracula, the ones that are like hundreds. Well, that's a Game Boy Color game, Shantae. Damn it. I don't know. Would they give you that separately? I think they would. I think they do that to us. They would just make it separate. They'd make Game Boy Color games separate than Game Boy games. List of Game Boy games. There you go. Let's see. List of Game Boy games. They're alphabetically. List of games. Come on. List of games alphabetically. Come on. Okay, I don't know half these games. I'm sorry. The Addams Family, don't know. Adventure Island, Adventure Island 2, Adventure Lolo, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, The Adventures of Star Saver. Don't even know half these. Afterburst. I don't know any of these. Alien Olympics. Baseball. Oh, baseball. The one that was one of the pack-in games, yeah. Okay, do all the pack-in games. So you gotta do baseball, Arkanoid, Mario Land 2. Because in my opinion, it's a much better game than Mario Land 1. Mario Land 1 is... It's another one of those games that you play once. And then you say, okay, you never touch it just for the sole reason of like, well, just so you beat it. Just so you beat it. That's it. You never play it ever again. Never. Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Looking at some of these game like names. Asterisk with an asterisk on Game Boy. Give us some of the games that never came out in here, North America. Maybe? I don't know. They don't really do that, but yeah. Bases Loaded, was that one? Batman Return of the Joker? I don't know. I'm just gonna stop with games I know. Oh, I've heard the Double Dragon, the is Battletoads and Double Dragon. I heard it's not horrible on Game Boy. What else is there? There's Bill and Ted's Excellent Game Boy Adventure. I have no idea if it's better than the NES one. I know the NES one's awful, but... Black Bass Lure Fishing. Hyper Black Bass. What are these games? What are these names? Fishing is one of those things that I just go, why would you want a game about that? It's already boring enough. Bomb Jack, isn't that, oh, Bomberman. Game Boy. Bomberman 2. Bomberman 3. Bonk's Adventure on Game Boy. Bonk's Adventure. Boomer's Adventure in Asmic World. I don't know these games. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Oh, I have no idea if that's a good game or not. I have no clue. Unreleased. Oh, I think I heard of that. And people have found it and dumped it and played it. Bubble Bobble? I have no idea. Bubble Bobble Part 2? I have no idea. Oh, Ghostbusters 2. The PAL Ghostbusters 2. PAL Ghostbusters 2 is apparently really, really good on Game Boy. Unlike the one we got, which was absolute garbage, apparently. I don't know. Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. See, and then they're gonna put games like that on just because. I don't know why. And we're all gonna question why the heck they do it. They put it on there. Like, why? Why? I don't know. I have no idea. Burger Time Deluxe. Oh, that's apparently a good game. I've heard that. Buster Brothers. I've heard of Buster Brothers. I don't remember exactly what game that is though. Capcom Quiz, Hantina no Daiboiken, Captain America, and the Avengers. I have no idea if any of those games are good. Casper, I have no idea. See, I'm looking at some of these games. There, Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, Dracula's Densetsu 2. Oh, sorry. Castlevania Adventures. There you go. See, I'm looking at some of these games. I don't even know half of these. I don't know any of these. None of these. College Slam, that basketball game. Contra, the Alien Wars. I've heard the Contra games are decent on there, and the Mega Man games are actually really good because they're not just ports of the really bad ports of the NES games, like Street Fighter. How Street Fighter is just a really poor, really bad port of Game Boy port of the Street Fighter games on NES. No, these are actually decent. Apparently, the Mega Man games, because they're different games. They're a whole different game. You know, they're not. What's it called? So, they're not Days of Thunder. Never heard of it. Strike. Dig Dug. There's a Dig Dug on Game Boy. Donkey Kong. There you go. On Game Boy, 1994. Donkey Kong. Oh yeah, Donkey Kong Land and Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Land, Donkey Kong Land 2, Donkey Kong Land 3. Put them all on Game Boy. And honestly, I had the game on Game Boy. I think I had 2. I'm not sure. I thought I had Donkey Kong Country 2. But maybe not. Maybe there was Land 2 because it was on Game Boy. Kind of like Mario World and then Mario Land. I have no idea. I don't remember. But I think it was 2. I might have had the first one, but I think it was 2 on... I remember that Game Boy Color. I remember that. Or was it a Game Boy compatible game that could be played on a Game Boy Color? I have no idea. I was see-through, if I remember correctly. I don't know what happened to that game. It's one of those things where I put it down, and I'd never seen it. You know, you put it down somewhere where you're just like, oh yeah, I'll remember this. Because you're like, oh, consciously you just like repeat it, like, oh, it's there. Okay, put it over here. I put it here. I put it here. And then, because it's not a place that you would ever think to remember that you put it there, you just forget it and it's gone. And then someone picks it up and it's gone forever. Anyway, with it. But anyway, those games are pretty good. Double Dragon, the arcade game, Double Dragon 2. What's the difference between Double Dragon and Double Dragon, the arcade game? Is it just one's the arcade game and one's the part of the NES game or a different game? I don't know. What else we got? I could do this forever though, so. Dr. Mario, yeah. That one's a good one. Okay. I'm gonna be honest here. Dragon's Lair on Game Boy is not the worst. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not good. Really, it's not very good. But if that's all you played and that's all you had, it was good. It's another one of those games that's good for the time. You know, or at the time it was amazing. Because I'm sure at the time it was crazy that someone goes, oh, Dragon's Lair on frickin' Game Boy. Are you kidding me? Whoa, like portable Dragon's Lair? Whoa, that's amazing, you know? But nowadays, you play and you go, oh gosh, there's just better ways of playing things. I think that's the other problem with some games where they don't age very well. There's just better games to play. Right? So there's no point to playing that one, or there's better versions of that game. Right? Yeah, so Dragon's Lair. And then, what was it? DuckTales. I've heard DuckTales and DuckTales 2 are really good games on Game Boy. I've heard them. Earthworm Jim. Don't know if it's any good on Game Boy. I know it's good on Super Nintendo and Genesis, but... Baseball 2000, apparently that's pretty decent. I mean, you know you could do too? You could make online with stuff like Baseball 2000. Something like Baseball 2000, where you go, okay, you can have... Apparently, there's a capability of playing... I don't remember if it's 12 or 16 player like multiplayer with baseball. They just never. They either never implemented it, and or they just never had a cable that could accommodate that many people. Because they had a 4 cable, right? So you could play 4 player or something, right? But then they didn't have a more than that. So Felix the Cat, I don't know if it's any good. Fighting Simulator. Oh, look at the name of this. Fighting Simulator 2-in-1 Flying Warrior. What a name for that. Final Fantasy Adventures, that's it. And then Final Fantasy Legend, and then Final Fantasy Legend 2, and then Final Fantasy Legend 3. I think I had Final Fantasy Legend 2, or I had Adventure, I don't know. Man, it's cold out here. It's not exactly warm, and the sun's just going down, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see me after a while, but... Because the camera doesn't really pick good in low light. It's awful. Well, obviously, it's a freaking VHS camera. What do you expect? Right? So. I could go there forever, but anyway, let's go like Frank Thomas, Big Hurt Baseball. Never heard of them. Game & Watch collections. Oh yeah, there were Game & Watch collections. Or Game & Watch Gallery. Gallery 2. Yeah. Should make those on, yeah. I don't know. That's what I thought that the Game & Watch that they just came out with was going to be. Or people thought there was going to be a collection of like Game & Watch games, which like a Game & Watch Mini. Nope. It was the first Game & Watch game, Balls. And then Super Mario Bros. And then Super Mario Bros. 2, what we call, or what they call in North America the Lost Levels. The actual Mario 2, Super Mario Bros. 2. So, I mean, everyone thought it was stupid, but like, come on, you didn't come out with just a frickin', what's it called? Game & Watch Classic. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody understands. Nobody Ghostbusters 2, see, that was a HAL, and it was a PAL exclusive of that, not? Yeah, it was North America. Okay, which is the one there was two of those Ghostbusters 2. One was North America only, though. There's two of the Ghostbusters. Anyway. No, it's PAL only. And so the PAL only one is apparently really good. And the other one's terrible, so. Oh! The, Metroid, is it Zero Mission? No, Metroid Zero Mission, I think, is the one on Game Boy. And, because I'm thinking of Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance, but I think Metroid Zero Mission is the, good one, is the one on Game Boy. I played it. It's actually really good. I don't like it as much as Fusion. Fusion to me is the game, but anyway. Yes, but anyway. Yeah. Take that's another good game. I could go through this forever, but I could do this for a while. I don't remember any games, so I don't know, but oh god, must be awful Jeopardies. Like, those kind of games that just don't work on, like, electronically, unless you can either say it through a microphone, okay, or you can plug in a keyboard. Because it's always this. It's always, you have to, like, use your controller and drag yourself up and, like, slide over to the thing. Because there's always a little, like, on-screen keyboard. You know, click, 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 put in the answer. Oh, that's bad. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, the Jeopardy on Switch is not horrible. I think it's on Switch anyway. The modern Jeopardy, it gives you multiple choice, so at least they figured that one out. You know, they were like, oh yeah, okay. It's not the worst. They figured out how to do it so people don't, you know, go crazy and like, no, I'm not writing in individually letter by letter each one. No, it's stupid. But anyway. I heard Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 2 are not the absolute worst games, but they're not good. I don't know. It's the licensed stuff that I don't think you're going to get. Oh, Kirby! Kirby on Game Boy, yeah. You should do that. Kirby's Block Ball, Kirby's Dreamland, Kirby 2, Kirby Pinball, Kirby Star Stacker. You should get them all, man. That'd be great. Oh, it's cold outside. Oh, it's cold. My legs, because jeans are awful. They just, like, pull the cold to you. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. What else we got? I don't know. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Oh, the Zelda games. You have to have the Zelda games. You have to have Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages, and Oracle of Seasons. You have to. Come on. If you don't have those games, oh man, people will flip their lids. They will. They'll absolutely go out of their minds. They'll be like, what? Why? I don't know. The Lost World, Jurassic Park. There's a lot of games where I would wish you'd be on there, but I kind of know they wouldn't be. Stuff like Jurassic Park or like the licensed stuff, where it's like, That's the Mega Man games. The licensed stuff. Where I'm like, Mickey Mouse Magical World. What did I play that was really good? I played a game on my channel. What did I play? I played... I wish I could search channels. I can't. I have to go like... Mickey Mouse. What did I play? I played... No. I'm not a prevalent channel, so I can't write my channel name in and then just the number. Sorry, just the video I'm looking for. Because I'm not a prevalent channel, so... I put it in, I think I put it in a playlist. I'm not sure. So cold. Maybe I have to just do this. It's warm. Man, it's cold. But yeah. I don't even know if you can see me anymore, but yeah. Videos. And I went, oh, sorry, playlists. I think I did. Minecraft, Vehicle, Adventure, Program, what? What? Oh, no, here. Let's see. It's gonna be old, isn't it? Actually, maybe it's not gonna be too bad. I think there's games I've beaten, or maybe there's like... Skate 3. I think it'll be around here. Okay, it'll be around here, I think. What's it called? Maybe I didn't call it anything? Damn it. They were putting it in a playlist? Dang it. Oh, I have to go back and just look. Bye. Come on. Come on, load. There you go. No, it was last year. It was like in May. It was before Warrior Land. Before all this. Or it might have even been earlier than that. It might have been even the year before that. It might have. I don't know. What's the game called? Oh my gosh. What was it called? Oh my gosh. Oh! Mickey's Dangerous Chase. Okay, Mickey's Dangerous Chase. There, Mickey's Dangerous Chase. Okay, that one. That's a pretty good game. I heard the Mickey games aren't that bad. I don't know if they're any like super crazy good, but I've heard people that like them. Metroid 2: Return of Samus, and then Metroid Fusion, maybe, or maybe Return of Samus is what I'm thinking of. I don't remember. Mickey Ultimate Challenge. Mighty Morphin. I played a few of those on Game Boy. They're not great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not awful. But are they something that you can merit, on those things? I don't know. I mean, in a perfect world, in an ideal world, in a perfect world, Nintendo would put every Game Boy game online, up on the online service. You wouldn't have to choose all these games. But we know Nintendo's not going to do that, so anyway. So you got to pick and choose what you get, so, got to be happy with what you get, so. Oh, it's cold. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Game Boy stuff. Game Boy games on Switch and online. I don't know. I hope that they just go more faster and give us N64. Because Game Boy. Well, I hope that they give Game Boy and Game Boy Color in this. They just lump them together. But they're not going to do that, I'm sure. I don't think they would do that. They would try and use it as a different, a second thing. Oh, we're going to give you Game Boy Color games later. Why? I don't know, but hey. Okay. And then just give us Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, just give us all of them. Everything up till Wii. right? Because obviously the Wii, that's the problem with the Wii though, with the Wii. That's why I think a Wii Mini will be, or a Wii Classic will be hard to make, because you'll have too many games with these really bad controls that just suck. They suck. First of all, they'll suck. But you have too many games where people go, how would I do that? You would have to make a game, or you could only put games that could use the GameCube controller. That's it. You couldn't give all the ones that are motion based. So, and all the games that anybody ever wants to play from the Wii would be, you couldn't use, because it would be like, oh, we can't give you a motion controller. No. A Wiimote. Or if they do, it'd be expensive, or I don't know. So yeah, So that's why I think the Wii would be hard to do. That's why I'd say go everything up to Wii. So go to GameCube. You don't have to do the Wii, but you can get to the Wii. Because emulation of Wii is not easy. Not that it's impossible, but it's not easy. So, but people have proven that you could go to Game Boy. I mean, go to all the way up till GameCube. Like, come on. If they've shown that it's possible, right? Why don't you just do it? I don't get it. Why are you hiding the fact that like you don't want to do it? I don't know. Don't give us the excuse that it's not possible, because we know it's possible. People know it's possible. Man, it's cold. Yeah. So, whatever. I don't know. Some in my opinion, but hey. It's like Apple, where they're always like, well, it's not exactly possible to, and then jailbreak people making tweaks and making repositories? Maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but making tweaks go, no, Apple, it is possible. You just don't want to do it. For some strange reason, you don't want to implement it. Like Nintendo, I don't know if Nintendo's actually said this, but if they said something like, the hardware is not exactly capable of playing those or emulating those advanced games, and it's like, yes, they are. Don't give me that baloney. Don't give me that dumb baloney in the fact of, come on, don't give me that stupidity of saying that, because people have proven that it's possible. It's proven that you can play friggin' what's it called? GameCube games. But maybe they'll do like they did with Mario and like put out these weird compilations, or put out these like one-off things where it's like, oh, you want that game from this system? Well, it'll be a one-off thing that you gotta pay extra for and whatever. And it's like, why? Like they did with Mario All-Stars? Is that what it is? With Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Everybody's really confused with that, though. Why they didn't put just go for a fourth game and put Mario Galaxy 2? I don't know. I mean, it's a good first step into giving us what we want, but come on, give us better stuff than that. Or just put it all online, or make a virtual console. Look, we don't even care. Just give us a virtual console. That's the other thing people say. They say stuff like, the people, like the hardcore Nintendo fans would pay for would pay for that game again on Virtual Console. They would pay another $5 to buy it again, right? Why? I just don't get why they don't want to do it. They don't want free money. I don't get it. They don't want money. I don't get it. They don't want to put their efforts into that. But then they do things like, they go on and do things like putting the first what's the game? Fire Emblem game from Famicom on the Switch. Nobody asked for that. Not at all. Nobody asked for that. And nobody nobody asked for that. And so it's like, and Nintendo just thinks, do it. It's whatever. Like, they don't give the good ones, because I was watching or listening to podcast. What's it? CU podcast. And they were talking, Pat and Ian were talking about how, like, I think it was Pat that said, They don't even give the good ones on Super Nintendo or Super Famicom. They give the first one. Why does somebody want that? Now, okay, fine. Maybe they're going to do the first one and they're going to give you all of them. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But he also made the argument. What was the argument he made? He was saying how that game and then Famicom. I don't remember what he was saying. Anyway, why do we want that? Is that a game people clamored for? But and then Ian made the point, right? Ian made the point. But you don't put something that people actually want, like Mother 3. Or is it Earthbound 3? Mother 3? No. You don't localize that. No, not at all. You don't bring it over to North America at all. No. Nah. Not at all. That's something people actually want. Like, come on. Anyway. And the other thing is, that game has been translated already. Pretty professional translation, too. And people, and Nintendo, all Nintendo would have to do is literally officially release it. Take exactly what people have done, you know, the homebrew, the fan translation, right? And just go, we'll take that, and we'll just put it on the Switch, and it'll be an official, and it'll finally be official. There's no work for Nintendo at all in that. It's just dumb, in my opinion. I do not get it, but, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? Nintendo wants to do that? Nintendo wants to be weird that way? I have no idea. Maybe they have a better business strategy than any of us know. I don't know. I guess it's to them, it's like, we have so much money that if we give out that game, it wouldn't add so much more money. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway. So yeah, why you can't give us what we want? I don't know. Because that's what we wanted. A lot of people thought that their online service, Nintendo's online service, would have just been the Netflix of video games in the sense of all the Nintendo games, or okay, if that's not possible, they would have done at least a virtual console like on the Wii, right? I mean, minimum, like. The least they could have done was made a virtual console, like on the Wii or the 3DS. Like, I don't get it. But I guess that's why they kept the 3DS alive for so long. It had virtual console. They didn't want to put it to the Switch, bring it to the Switch, so they said, look, buy a 3DS. Now, they never said that, but they had this marketing like, well, the 3DS still exists. Oh, yeah, the 3DS is still here. You can play them on the 3DS. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to have to pull up my 3DS to do that. That's what a lot of people said. I don't want to have to pull up my 3DS. I want one system that can do it all. Now that we have a portable system like the Switch, or the like weird 2-in-1 like the Switch, why can't we just have a virtual console on the Switch? Like, that's the thing. Because other people made this stupid argument of things like, the games they gave us, it was Mario for the 50 whatever billionth time. Mario Bros. Like, I don't need Mario Bros. Again. I don't need Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 again. And Zelda. Give us the games that we at least are not readily available. Like on Super Nintendo, why did you not give us Earthbound? That was the stupidest thing. Why did they not add Earthbound? I don't get it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It makes no sense. But hey. Maybe they claim they could argue, well, it was on the Nintendo Classic or Super Nintendo Classic, right? Which it was. Earthbound was on the Super Nintendo Classic, so. But again, what would be the harm of putting it on the Switch? I online. I don't get it. Like, what would be the harm of making a virtual console? People would buy it. You get more money. What the? They don't want to put their effort into that, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea at all. I don't know. Maybe they have some bigger plan in the future. I don't know. Maybe they are going to make one eventually. Maybe they're just going to wait for the next system. I don't know. They are working on like a more advanced, like a better, more powerful Switch. I've heard rumors of that. I don't know if it's 100% true. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've heard. Yeah, it's going to be, more powerful. Like they made a Switch Lite, so they're going to make a more powerful one. I don't know. With a better chip, better processor. So CPU, GPU, will be better. But hey, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's dumb, but... And a lot of people don't understand it, but, you know. It's not that it's horrible, but... And it's not that Switch isn't doing well, regardless of all that. It's just, people don't get why they can't just do it, right? Like, why would you not just do it? I don't know. I have no idea why. No idea why. But hey, they're Nintendo. It's like the people who say stuff like the people who were saying things like, oh, Nintendo's in trouble, you know, back in the Wii U days, right? Nintendo's in trouble. Nintendo's really, you know, you're gonna go bad for Nintendo, and it's like, you know how much money Nintendo has? You know how much money Nintendo has? That'd be like saying Apple coming out with a product that kind of flops, and then everybody going, oh, that's bad for Apple. It's like, Apple's probably, I don't know if exactly if they're the richest company, but they're one of the richest companies in the world. I don't think it would make a damn dent on them. The same way, I mean, it didn't do well for their reputation. It didn't do well for their look, their brand, their PR, you know. But it didn't really affect them very badly. The Wii U didn't affect them badly, you know, profit-wise. Like, it didn't, oh no, it hurt them, hurt their, whatever, money. No, it didn't. Also because they were reeling off the Wii, which is like one of the best-selling consoles ever, right? And just, they had made so much money off of that system that they literally could have stopped producing things and had money for like decades, for freaking ever. Never, you know? Anyway. That's what I think. At least I think. I don't know exactly how much they have, but they do a lot. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, hey, they're Nintendo. They do more than we do, marketing-wise and whatever stuff. It's just funny when someone said that. It was like, no, they're not affected at all. Not at all. Because they're just such a big company, and they were reeling off the Wii and the 3DS, and the DS. How they sold so many that they just made so much money. It was crazy. But yeah, I think that'll be it for now, guys. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to turn out good, bad, awful, unusable footage. I might have to re-record the whole thing tomorrow or later today. I don't know. But, yeah. So, if you want to get in contact with me, you know, ask a question, comments, concerns, there's in the link in the description, there's the, email, tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the Discord, and there's a Patreon. Apparently, I looked in one of the descriptions, something, I don't remember, it was I think it was a live stream, so maybe it wouldn't work there, I don't know, but, the link to Patreon doesn't work. I don't know, something, I'd have to maybe fix that link, I'm not sure, but, yeah, yeah, so, anyway, yeah, so, yeah, if you want to see better stuff, support me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/wingwong. Patreon.com/wingwong. And it's the one with my same symbol as my YouTube channel. Not banner art. What's it called? YouTube not avatar. YouTube logo. I don't know what you call it. I guess so. Anyway, I think that'll be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.